Let's go. Hello everyone! Welcome back to
Oh,
Skyllian Rogues Campaign 3, The Rust Engine. Why regardless, we're back and we have a full party this time around, so that's nice. Let me just adjust the chat box here. For some reason it moved away. But everybody's here, everybody's ready, so without further ado, oh, let us start with, that is the wrong one, this is the right one. Wait.
are you about to do the ass one?
Yeah. Hello everyone, welcome to Trade Talks. Wait. There was something here. 1 second. Almost got it.
The new intro
No,
could this be?
No, where is it? I can't find it. Oh no, it's gone. Wait.
Just scroll up.
I'm
Yeah,
scrolling.
You want me to find it?
I'm finding it. There you go. All aboard Trade Talks, where we're not chugging down train tracks, but the tracks of people's lives. There you go. Why don't everybody go
What?
ahead, roll me a D100.
That's a new intro.
Yeah, someone provided it to me. So why don't everybody go ahead, roll me a D100, and we'll see.
It was very smooth how you incorporated it into the session. I like it.
Yes, very
Oh.
natural, right? And I will flip a coin, and let's see who goes first.
How the hell did I roll a 3?
Briar.
Hey.
50.
That's pretty lucky if it was played.
Hey, you won tonight.
All right. I rolled a
Oh my
one.
god, the bard got 69. This is a
Oh
bad
no.
news.
I have barely flirted with anyone. I think this is less of a worry.
Alright, we'll see. So, we got a. I rolled a low. I rolled 1, so lowest will go first, which means Ahmed, followed by Briar, followed by Leon, followed by Danny, and finally Ada. Alright, Ahmed, you're first again. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm feeling better. Got my voice back.
Good. Alright, so this one's gonna be a little bit controversial, but why not? Does your character have any bias for or against any of the other races in Hope?
Wait, what do you mean? Does your character?
Oh yeah, do you?
Are you asking,
Sorry.
do I have any
forgot.
biases?
I copied. Do you?
Am I playing?
My bad. Do you have any
Does
bias
Ahmed
for
play
or
D&D?
against of any other races in Hope?
Yeah, well, I've been taught that being racist is bad and all that, but
What? You're an Amik.
yeah, I mean, not all Amigo are racist, you know.
Oh my god,
That's racist to assume as well.
Yeah, well, but is this a safe space? Can I talk freely here?
Yes,
Oh.
safe space.
Oh.
Yeah, to be honest, I kind of have a bit of dislike towards the Marines.
Why is that? Can you tell us?
Yeah, well, because they're greedy bastards.
Greedy bastard. It sounds like you've had a personal experience there.
Yeah, you could say that.
Alright. Thank you very much, Ahmed.
That's it. You're not even gonna ask why.
I mean, it will be up to him to reveal why, isn't it? The fact that he's answering it very shortly means he's not ready to reveal it yet to you guys. But she said this is something that actually happens within their world, so yeah. Alright, thank you very much, Ahmed. Next is, wait, where was it? Briar. What about you? Do you have any biases for or against any other races in Hope?
In my experiences, I don't think I have anything against a certain race, but I do have slight preference for Wartles.
Oh? Is it because of their, the fact that they're essentially living trees?
Yeah, they remind me of home.
Alright. And that's
Like
why...
my home, not home.
Right. And that's why you're very close to Shibali then, huh?
Yeah.
I thought you're just like grandma, like a grandmother figure or something.
Yeah, she's very nice, and when I hug her, she reminds me of a forest.
Ah, well, there you go. Forgot to start the music. Alright, thank you very much, Briar. Next would be... Where is it? I'm missing it. Leon, what about you? Do you have any biases for or against any of the other races at home?
Are you just like baiting us to post this on Twitter
I don't know what
with
you're
two
talking
E's?
about.
Yeah, it's Twitter. Everybody knows it.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's
yeah.
true.
It's
Twitter's so dead.
Chirper.
Twitter is dead
Sorry.
Leon, get with the
Well.
times. Jeez, Twitter is so last century.
Alright, I'm sorry. Look, I still have my Yeski ascender, alright?
Oh my
I'm
god.
old fashioned. Point is, not really biased for or against anyone. I have been discriminated against for my half Bishop heritage, although it very well might be because of my status and not actually because I'm half Bishop.
Oh, what do you mean? Is it because, like, how does you being half bishop be negative to you as your status?
Well, it draws from the fact that I'm Adelaide's half brother.
Adelaide.
Yeah, sorry. And well, it all really stems from there, you know? The looks I get. I'm something of a reminder of what happened. And as such, people can very easily identify me by my eyes and my ears.
Okay, all right.
I hope I'm making sense by saying this.
Yeah. It's like your connection with Ada is kind of like is kind of like make it really weird because you're half bishop and she's not, essentially, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
Sure, I meant more along the lines of my father's actions, but that too.
I see. Gotcha. All right. Thank you very much, Leon. Next is Danny. What about you? Do you have any biases or for or against any of the other races?
Generally, I don't think so. I always take people up not from based on looks, but based on face value on, well, I guess all their actions. I don't necessarily do. I don't got any bad experiences with them. I mean, in general, I got bad experience with everyone, so there's not a lot of
yes, everyone
directed.
experience.
There's not a lot of directed hate going on. So
fair enough. Do you think like the fact that you are kind of like a traveled character, that's why you don't have these biases?
I don't stay around often to see them. Maybe I do see similarities, but I don't hold anyone against them or presume someone is of that. I do particularly hate a fond of type of people, but not by their race.
That's fair. I mean,
Yes,
like people, you can easily say like people don't like criminals and something like that. So that's fair.
Yeah, that's general. If I'm being more specific, high and mighty people, anyone from the
I'm sorry.
anyone who got like lucrative resources and stuff like that, money, just in layman's terms, and just
So you
bare
hate
essentials.
rich people.
Yes.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Yeah, that is.
All
I'm
right.
not gonna explain it.
All right. Thank you very much, Danny. And finally, Ada. What about you? Do you have any biases for or against any other races at home?
Before this, not really, but after like we started like going out and stuff, I don't think I like Bishos all that much. Like half Bishos are okay.
Because your brother is one.
Thanks.
Yeah, and so one of my closest friends is also a Bishop, but a half Bishop, sorry. But a Bishop, I mean, I'm sure they're okay. It's just I feel threatened. That's all.
So it's not like So you just hate the bishop because they're pretty and feel threatened by them? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I also
gotcha.
don't like a certain class, and poor Lilith just happens to be both of the things that I don't like.
Bishop
So,
and a cleric, is that it?
yeah. Oh well.
That will be an interesting interaction as we go on. Alright, thank you very much. That is everybody in the party. Do you guys want to bring in an NPC and ask them a question?
Who's the most passive person in our group?
Do you think Kay is like incredibly racist?
Doesn't he just hate the outside world in general?
Well, there's a correlation between the two. Usually,
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
you know, like
There's a-
like Five Chin. You know those guys.
I've heard of that before, but I've never like looked it up. What is that? What's 5chan?
It's some sort of a hacker, systems administrator, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Okay.
So.
Regardless.
Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Usually the quiet ones.
Alright, let's bring him in. Let me just give him a call.
What if Kay is secretly incredibly racist?
There you go. Okay. And 1 second. I can do this. It's not that hard. Oh my god, the image is so big. What the hell? And there you go. And he appears on screen. A little bit. You might want to adjust your camera there, Kay. It's fine. I think this is good. You guys got another question for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess do you have a bias or the opposite of a bias towards certain races?
Well,
Hello?
well, I guess I'm not.
Or
Hello? Can you hear me?
yeah?
You can? Okay. I guess I don't really like the well, it's not like I hate the people, but like the culture they usually have. I really don't like, well, robust culture, you know? It's about like, the strongest survive, the strongest battle, survival of the fittest. That kind of stuff. Just
Hmm.
not
So you
really.
don't like your own race?
Well, no, like I said, it's not like the race. It's the culture, the culture they usually have. I'm not for it at all. So yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go now. I'll see you guys back in the train. And there you go. That is everybody in the party plus an NPC, and that is everything for now. So, I hope I get this right. Alright. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming and answering my question. I'm gonna stop here for now, get back to reality, and then deal with the gravity and also everything that's going on there. So, we'll see. Transition back, and we're back. So play these two audio a little bit, get some ambience started up. Okay, so everybody ready? Shall we?
Show.
Let's go. So As usual, I will start with last session. You guys were trying to figure out how to retrieve a rust cartridge that was hanging precariously at the edge of a mountain. Taking advantage of Ahmed's strength, quick movement, and sacrificing of food, and stripping naked, you guys were able to make out with a single rust cartridge. And then you continued on your journey to travel to the next city, Vibarhana. And that's when you realize the entire city is in a sinkhole. Investigating further led to finding a lot of dead creatures, dead people, and some loot. But when some of you tried to retrieve the items, you guys were bombarded with visions, memories of what seems to be 3 orphans. And that brings us right now. You guys were standing in front of an orphanage in the middle of a mining town, Vibarhana. You guys begin walking away from an orphanage after grabbing some destroyed trinkets from the bodies of 3 children that was found inside. So now, the town is yours. What do you guys want?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Were we walking our way back towards the manor?
To you, you guys were walking away, and that's where we ended the session.
Oh boy.
So, guys, what do you guys want to do?
Is it alright if we leave? I don't know if ghosts, like if these spirits or whatever have any more extended power, but I believe like at least would like to put some to rest if leaving these items along with where we got the visions did something akin to that.
Run me by your plan again?
Well, I have this crayon, and Briar, correct me if I'm wrong. Did you have the vision about the sword?
Yeah, the sword was held by a little boy. If I remember correctly, looking at my hands and my feet in the vision, the little boy was the same race as me.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
Alright. I guess it's not a coincidence then. I had a vision as well. Was reaching for a doll.
I raised the doll that I'm also holding. Then is this the one?
Gonna assume yes, Jim?
You do not have the entire doll. It's just a hand of like a teddy bear or something like that. Can't be sure.
Is this it? It's like, is this part of it?
Would I recognize it, Jim? Or was it like too brief of a flash?
It's less. It's more like the thing is more destroyed beyond recognition right now. You know it's a
Oh.
doll's hand, but that's about it.
Oh. It might be. You found part of a doll in an orphanage. I don't think those are too rare there.
But it is trees a coincidence when the sword Briar saw, the crayon I saw, and I'm assuming the hand of this doll, stuffed doll, were also right in front of the door where we opened the orphanage. Trees a coincidence, I might add.
No, I think 3 is a pattern. But I see what you're saying.
Wait, sorry. Yeah, no, she's not a coincidence.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm not illiterate. Anyway.
I wasn't doubting you until you pointed that out.
You see me read.
All right, so besides the point, what do you plan to do, and how do we do this?
I think just putting it back to where we had those visions would be a great start. If anything, if nothing else comes of it, I'm just fine with leaving it as is. As a sign of respect. There's a reason we saw these items when we, interacted with whatever object be it.
Jim, remind me. We also saw bodies, right?
Yes, that's where you got those trinkets. You
Yeah.
picked it up
Okay,
from.
it's all coming back.
Yeah.
It's slowly emerging from the haze of my mind. Okay.
It's all coming back.
Perhaps while we're at it, we might as well bury the bodies. We'll do something about them. Lay them to rest, if you will.
I was leaning on that, but I didn't know we had enough time, so we put a blanket over them and add flowers. But yeah, if it's all right with you guys, could we bury the bodies? We shouldn't leave poor. Who's on the top of the bridge? Who did we leave? The Marine. I don't remember his name.
Raphael.
We shouldn't leave Raphael waiting. Also,
Is there a way to find out what these kids were named? Like, is there anything in the room that we can probably look for? Like the drawing, maybe?
Sure. You can go ahead and roll investigation check. Try to see if you find anything that would tell you the names of these kids.
are we still at the orphanage then, or where are we?
Thought that's where we
Just
were.
outside
Standing.
the orphanage.
Oh, just
Yeah.
outside. Okay.
You're just leaving.
Like, if you want to bury them, we should at least, get them grave markers with their names on it.
Let's go.
Alright. So you try to find around, try to see if there are anything that would signify the names of these kids. You tried looking near the bed area, looking around. There's not much that kind of tells you which one is which. There are a couple of names here and there, but it's just random names, and there are more than 3 names around, so I gotta figure out some more. Then as you're walking past the body, you're giving up and you're walking out. You stepped onto one of the many papers that were cluttered near one of the dead bodies. You can see on each paper there are like some scrawlings of kind of like a group of people, 3 of them. You see one, if I recall, it was an image of like the tiniest one, the smallest one. There's an arrow with a name, with a word pointing to it, saying me, and then pointing to another person with pink skin, basically. Say, Big says Chi, and then the other one. Yep.
The DM?
Anyone else?
I didn't understand a single word you said, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello? Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah.
Yes.
We hear you
we're good
now. Sorry, you cut off like just as you were describing the next.
Right,
view, I
okay,
think.
so you saw another person, another drawing of another person on the same paper, using pink crayon this time. You see the person has a label saying Big Sis Chi. And then finally, you have another one pointing to the last person, if I recall, it was a Marine, saying, Andrew.
Chi-Chi, Andrew, and just those two?
Yeah. There are three persons in that image. One of them has an arrow pointing saying me, another says big says Chi-Chi, and another one says Andrew.
Okay. Okay. We have names for two of them.
So what do we call the nameless one then?
What in the notice board or whatever piece of paper you said Briar saw prior to looking at the drawing, was there a column for what race they were? Maybe we can. If I remember, I saw the pair and maybe one of the in the
Yeah, like a roll call ledger thing.
No, what you found the names is more like on a book there is a name out front, and then on like some piece of clothing there is like a name sewn into the collar, that kind of stuff. There's no ledger by any means. If there is one, it may have been buried somewhere within the rubble.
You're breaking up a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Am I using the right mic? I am. Well, regardless, what do you guys want to do?
do I recall from the visions if they called each other by name? I felt like I was being called.
I don't remember any names being said.
Try to remember if I do. Maybe there wasn't. I don't know.
Not as far as you can remember now.
Okay. Yeah, shoot. We can leave the drawing maybe on the tombstone.
Guys?
Missing something?
Need an alarm clock or something?
I'm
So
sorry.
what did you say?
Asked if you guys needed an alarm clock or something.
So, what do you guys want to do? You're just staring there, doing something?
Well, we can, give them a proper burial if that makes anyone else feel better about finding this.
I mean, in addition to that, we did see those visions. It's like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, me, you, and Crit, and Leon. That doesn't necessarily happen usually, and if we're dealing with spirits and people beyond the grave, I'd feel more inclined if we can do everything in our power to at least put some of them in rest.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they wanted us to see that.
Most likely, yeah.
They just wanted, someone to find them. So we should, do that.
I'm for it. Anyone
Alright,
else's
so you just
opinion?
go over and grab the bodies, you find a burial site, what do you do?
We have there was a blanket. We covered them first. Could we cut up the blanket to cover them before we bury them?
Yeah, sure, definitely. So you grab up your dagger and just rip the blankets to 3 equal pieces. And you're still covering the bodies of each one.
Okay, can you please also clarify not to use the cursed one, because I'm scared when you said dagger.
Sure.
Yeah. Stop smiling. I can see your model smiling. Okay.
And then you gotta tell me what you want to do, guys. Otherwise, you'll be standing there in silence.
We buried them. We buried them.
We're yeah. I'm
Yeah,
going
I
to,
thought it was
you know, we have all the dirt dug out, and there's like 3 equally sized graves next to each other.
Oh, we buried them with the items. Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
from the
so
orphanage.
you go outside of the orphanage and just start digging the 3 holes that would fit these bodies. It'll take some time, but that can certainly be done. I'll say about half an hour of work or so when you're able to dig these 3 holes. It's not deep. You're gonna take a lot more time if you try to dig them deep, but it's good enough given the structure of the earth around you right now. You put the bodies of these 3 kids inside, wrap them up, put them in there, and then you put in the individual item that you picked up from their bodies. The crayon, the broken toy sword, and the ripped doll. You cover the whole thing up. And that's that.
That's that.
You want to say a few words then?
Yeah, sing them like a dirge or something.
Well, I'm not used to procedures like these. All right, I guess. Here lies 3 young souls who had a lot going for them, and unfortunately, the world didn't let them take part in. We hope that with their with this procession, their souls may rest in peace wherever they may find it moving on to next. May everyone who witnessed these know the names here, Chi-Chi and Andrew, and may they also know that they all loved each other and cared for one another very much to the untimely end.
Those words, the area seemed to kind of grow quiet for a bit. You can still see it in the background, the blue shimmering ghosts just roaming around, continuing about doing their kind of like a repeat of what they've been doing in their living days. You bury these kids, and at the very least, you've made change there. So you spend a few moments of silence, and then you press on. You move away, and what do you guys do now?
Just to clarify, with Ada and Ahmed, you guys didn't have any visions, right?
I have no idea what you guys are doing, so
It's like you know these kids or something.
Yeah, we did say we had visions.
yeah, but okay, so what?
I mean, ain't it superstitious? Just kind of weird. I don't have any experience with the dead.
Yeah, well, if you say superstitious, man, look around you. We're surrounded by ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that, but then
I mean, we've seen weirder monsters than ghosts, honestly. I'm not surprised.
to each their own, I guess. I just wanted to.
Hey, you do you, man. We're just here.
Yeah.
And I'm I don't know about Leon or Briar, but it felt personal. What I felt, I could relate to it. It's just what I'm inferring to. Yeah,
Well, maybe they're trying to tell you something.
I mean, they did clearly. I saw a crayon in my. I saw as the boy. The youngest one, I think, the one that referred to Big Sis Chichi and Andrew. Uh, he had a crayon. He was drawn. He was starving. I brought up unnecessary memories. I don't want to label them. That's just me. So yeah. Again, like if it was time wasting, I'm sorry we did it, but it's done. Let's go get Raphael, I guess. If everyone's, I don't know. Is everyone okay with leaving now?
Well, if we're done here, just the structures look sound enough for us to travel through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Raphael seems to have done with his business as well, so let's just leave. Look around at everybody. Something else to do, right? Did you guys spot any huge rust cuts or just lying around?
Oh, there are a couple. There are like half
What?
buried ones on the ground.
Oh,
You,
let's
you
go
see
in and
like
cover
much
them.
equipments.
Oh my god, can I inspect one of
Take
them?
for treasure.
Don't start accidentally undigging someone's untimely grave with all
Well,
of this.
if I see a skull, I'll stop digging.
Very respectful.
All right. So
Yeah,
you go
try.
over towards the one of the rust cartridge. This one's kind of like half submerged near like some buildings around it. So you guys bring out your shovels and your pickaxe, which I assume you have it, and you guys begin digging around the around the rust cartridge itself, making sure not to actually puncture the cartridge. I'm assuming Ahmed, you grab your equipment and you raise it and you begin to swing at it, and everybody you see him just freeze in place for a moment.
Oh my god, it's a trap.
Ahmed, you swing your pickaxe into the ground and it hits like this big guy right in front of you, like a giant almost, and this guy just kicks you and you fall down to the ground. You try to go and pick up your sword, and the guy steps on the sword and just breaks the sword in half, basically, leaving you with like this broken wooden sword. You try to crawl away as this guy just chases after you. You run into your home, safety, and then you hear something on the outside, and and you wait for them to leave. You wait a little bit more, and around you, you just hear the sounds of people screaming, the sounds of fire burning. The smell is horrendous. But when you think they're gone, you try to push the door. You feel the door is locked. You push the door some more. Unable to push it out. That's when you feel the earth rumble underneath you. You step back, you raise your hand, and you're standing over that pickaxe, filled with anger, kind of like your arms trembling, but you're unable to proceed.
Oh, I look around. Am I back at?
Yep, you are back. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm back to reality.
He literally did.
Snap
Yeah.
back to reality, dude.
I turned to Danny. Yeah, well, Danny, this place is creeping me out. I think we should leave. We should immediately leave.
Pardon?
Well, you said you saw visions.
Yeah.
Just had one.
Oh, but who? Where? Do you recall anything?
There, I recall a wooden sword being kicked down, been locked in a house or something.
Dave, was it the same one that we just buried?
Think so, because the last time, the last thing I see was I'm trying to open the door and the ground opened up or something.
That doesn't sound like the opening to the orphanage. We just saw bodies on the floor. Is this a different person? Do you think it's? What were you saying?
Well, I heard people screaming, and it was locked behind the door. DM, I hear people. Do I hear building burning, or?
You hear burning, explosion, screaming, panicking, something glass breaking on the outside. It's just a cacophony of noise.
From the outside, right? So, but might be a different person. I don't know. I don't know how this ghost shit work. I give the pickaxe to Ida. Here, Ida, you try. Maybe you get a better vision than me.
Okay.
So I hit it over there. I point to the location where I swung my pickaxe.
Okay. I'll go and swing it.
So you grab the pickaxe. It's heavy in your hand. You're not really used to wielding what do you
It's
call
a
heavy
pickaxe.
machinery. Yeah, it's heavy.
What?
It's heavy tool.
I'm not that weak.
What is your strength compared to Ahmed?
I have 10 strength, which is
There
more
you
than most
go.
people here.
So yeah,
Shut up, okay?
Don't
Hey.
call us out.
It's average, okay?
Ha ha ha.
So yeah,
No, wait. My
Average for
strength is
my
actually
size.
you grab onto your pickaxe and you begin dragging it as you walk towards the rust cartridge. You continue walking forward until you reach kind of like this destroyed cabinet in front of you. You pull your teddy bear close to your chest, and
My teddy bear?
you're running out of strength so much that this teddy bear feels like a massive weight to you. You open the cupboard like you've opened it 10 times before already, expecting something new to appear, but no, it is as empty as before. You walk over back, and the teddy bear kind of like you begin walking back to where your brother and sister is, dragging the teddy bear behind you, and it kind of got snagged a little bit behind you, and it just rips the arm off.
No, my teddy bear.
Yeah, you
Do
kind
I
of feel.
cry?
Yeah, definitely. You start crying out a little bit, and you hug the teddy bear, and you're not sure. Maybe you fell asleep, but when you wake up, you're standing, still making your way towards that rust cartridge, standing there, holding that pickaxe, hugging it like it's a bear.
Aw. Well, I see what you mean. I turn to Ahmed. Is it just this pickaxe? Can everybody have the same have visions with this pickaxe?
Pardon? Did you have something different than Ahmed in that spot?
I mean, I don't know what he got. I don't know what you guys got. I don't know if it's just the same or different. It's like a little kid trying to open a cupboard, but her, there. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Do I know the gender or of the kid?
I don't know what you're talking about. You're doing this.
Oh my god.
Oh my
I'm
God.
gaslighting us again.
Well, someone, I guess, trying to open a cupboard and the teddy bear got snagged.
Wait. Did you all? Was all that left? Was like an arm, like the one we saw?
Was it? Did it ripped off? It wasn't, wasn't it?
It was.
It
Oh, it
was.
was. Yeah, I guess so.
But hold, Leon, didn't you see the doll?
I did, I think.
Yeah, the kid had like brothers and sisters and stuff.
Yeah, I remember, I think, running to the orphanage to my brother, I think.
So do we all have the same
Feels like
vision of the
weeks
same
ago.
kid? Oh, sorry, not same vision. The vision of the same kid.
Well,
Yeah, maybe the
What's
same
your
group.
story? I mean, what's
Ah.
your vision?
who are you talking to?
Whoever's talking right now.
I guess I can recount mine one fully again for today. For me, I was scribbling on the floor a drawing, and then tears started erupting. They felt hungry. They're trying to push through the pain and trying to ignore it, but just drawing and realizing and then drawing had, and she was referring to two siblings as well, and wanting to trying to open the door but couldn't because it was stuck, and that's the end of it for mine.
What door?
I don't recall, but I think they were stuck somewhere. Maybe it's the orphanage's door. DM, is the door look like the door from the orphanage when in my vision?
Yes, it does.
I
Okay.
think, yeah, I think I might have the vision where they last stood. I saw the three of them trying like outside, just out trying to open the door to the orphanage from the inside, but they couldn't. They were weak and malnourished.
Does that mean they were locked inside and starved to death? That doesn't explain the fire, does it?
Yeah, that's. So, in
So
my
who's this
vision,
kid?
Alright, let's.
Like, why is his story so important? Or there, I'll just use there just in case, you know.
I don't know. Apparently, it's connected. It's not just one individual, or it's the group. It's the trio. We got a. Was it Andrew with the sword? Okay, wait. Ahmed, could you recall what you were running to when the door was locked?
I was running to my home.
It was home. What would it look like? Maybe we can try and find that place.
Do I recall where my home is, Liam?
You don't, because you were just running, following that direction. But your home does look like that orphanage.
Yeah, I point to the orphanage. Might be that building looks a lot like that one.
Oh, okay then. So, and you had a broken sword?
Yeah, some bastard stepped on it and broke it in two, right? In pieces, in
Yeah.
two.
But was the sword broken when we found it in the steps? I
In
don't
the
recall if it.
steps,
Sorry, in the front of the.
In front of the
orphanage.
door.
the kid was holding the sword, and yes, it was broken.
And okay. And
Hmm.
Briar had also the same vision, but fighting a guy. Was it? What was it with the sword?
A buyer said she's taking her dogs out.
Oh. Okay. Maybe DM, could you confirm if it was the same sword?
It's a wooden sword. I wouldn't know if it's the same sword or not, because you didn't see both vision.
Who wouldn't know?
Wouldn't. Okay, now, okay, this is more of a pattern. Um, how about let's try exploring? I guess you guys seem to finally found a vision while exploring. I haven't. I was just following you guys find that cartridge.
Well, I
What?
think this is what I think. Maybe these kids, these ghosts, they want us to gather to collect all of their, belongings.
You mean the other half
big
of the
teddy
sword?
bear, yeah, the broken sword. I don't know about the crayons. Are the crayons scattered somewhere?
Was the crayon broken, DM?
Nope. It's just a kind of like dried out crayons a little bit.
Was
Could have been
was it?
one out of a pack.
Yeah. Oh God, we have to find 12 colors.
You didn't find any what do you call a pack of it nearby or anything like that.
In my vision, did I only have that one crayon that I was
Yes.
holding?
Yes.
Okay. No, I don't. For me, I just had one crayon, and the one we found was whole. So I guess,
Maybe then the sword and the teddy bear then.
maybe so. Then unfinished business, trying to bring them together.
I'll just hope that we don't summon some kind of eldritch god by doing this.
That's
Don't jinx it.
You never know with this kind of thing. This
But
folk stuff.
it's just a sword and a crayon and a doll. I doubt anything beyond ritual texts of whatever kind of hookam religion involves all three. Who needs a crayon for a ritual?
I don't know.
I guess you can have a chalk, but regardless. All right, then I guess let's try finding a broken sword from the tip. I think is that a broken wooden sword from the tip.
So you just try to find a broken wooden sword somewhere here?
Can I recall where where I was when I was running away from the guy, the big dude?
You can. The problem is the area around you right now is nothing.
Ooh.
Like, because right then it was like a whole town and everything. Now it's just what you call a crater.
Ew.
Maybe we should connect the places we had these visions.
Hmm.
Could you could you guesstimate the distance you took before reaching your home, reaching the orphanage?
Sorry.
Can I idea?
I'm talking to Ahmed. Yeah.
The,
What,
the,
what
the,
is it?
the distance which I ran away from the guy to the orphanage.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Can I gauge the distance?
It's not far. Maybe around 15 feet or so.
Oh. Right outside. Okay, then that narrows it
Well
down.
then, it's just right outside. Start digging. Throw shovel it. Danny.
Look, let's avoid the freshly buried grave. Let's avoid that area at least.
I believe they're further away.
Yeah. Okay then. If
Alright.
that's the case, then let's.
So you're just digging at random. You're trying to find where this other half of the sword is.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Huh. Is there any landmark in the vicinity within the 50 feet of the orphanage?
There's an immediate kind of drop right in front of the orphanage. There's no landmark per se. There are like sunken like a half of a roof. You can see there's like half of a vehicle in there. But yeah, most of it is just fucked.
Oh, just have to dig at random, I guess.
Alright. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a D100 and a Constitution saving throw, please? Whoever's doing this.
D100. Where's my D100?
I can flash, right?
Yeah, you can flash.
Saving throw.
I don't need to.
Why am I hearing dramatic music from somewhere?
I think it's Barry.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'll bet.
Alright, so you rolled a 23 and you rolled an 82. Alright. Ahmed, you spent some time digging around trying to find if there are any of those broken wooden sword around. You would have spent about an hour or so not finding it yet right now. Do you proceed?
If it's been an hour, I think some of us some of us should check up with Raphael. Yeah, we don't want to let him wait 1 hour.
It's already been 2 hours since you left, Rafael.
Oh God, I don't want to leave a man defenseless alone here. I don't want to be
Oh, he has
defenseless.
the rest cycle. He can live, and he has a gun.
Can he operate the rust cycle? Did we teach him? Does he know?
You just turn the key, and then it goes.
That's
If
not.
he's ridden a bike, he'll know.
Okay. Let's hope so.
So, do you proceed, Ahmed? Continue finding, or what do you do?
Still, I'll text Raphael and say, hey, we're still good, but if you need to go back, just let us know.
You get the message. I'm still waiting by the rust cycle. Just let me know when you want to leave.
Alright. No, I won't text by all right. That's I was like KK.
Alright, okay. So, what do you do?
Well, I guess I'll continue digging then. There's no any other better ideas, right?
Alright. So, Ahmed, you spend another hour digging. In the meantime, the rest of you, do you just wait for 2 hours as Ahmed is digging?
Can I touch stuff to see if I get more vision?
Every time you try to pick up something from the ground, you get similar glimpses of the visions that everybody's been talking about. And after a while, especially with your intelligence, you can kind of get an idea, kind of like of what happened.
Right. Oh, okay.
By spending some time around a little bit, you would see that the world is burning up and exploding. You can figure out that this is very close during the horn.
Hmm.
You can figure out that the kid with the sword is running back home and was blocked by a couple of looters, by the looks of it. He tried
Oh
to
no.
stop them,
Oh.
but he was defeated, obviously, and he ran back to his home where they were locked in. Inside, there were his quote-unquote siblings. The one with the doll was already at home, is just trying to find food for the other siblings, but it's getting harder and harder, and they ended up just resting in there.
Oh
The
no.
youngest one has been mostly spending time trying to ignore the hunger by drawing. She drew a lot.
What does she draw? Do we find these drawings?
Yeah, those are the papers that are on the floor. They're slightly muddied, some of them are torn up. The one that is still okay that you saw was the one that depicted the 3 families. Even then, it's slightly torn up and smudged up a little bit. There are a couple of kind of like blank papers here and there. Apparently there are more what do you call it? More paper for her to draw, essentially.
I'll convey everything to the party.
Alright.
Like the story that I've pieced together.
Ahmed, can you go ahead and roll me another constitution saving throw, please?
Constitution saving throw. Oh yeah! Oh my god!
Oh,
Should I flash?
You'll be busy touching stuff. You're not.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm busy touching stuff. I can't flash you.
It's about time I get tired.
Nope, all good.
Oh good, alright.
Oh. Wow.
You still have not found the thing that you're looking for, Ahmed. You want to continue for another hour?
I'm gonna stop.
okay. Quick.
See, I guess I done touching stuff and then start calling everybody. Hey, I got some stories to tell, right?
Okay, that's
Yes,
clearly we're forgetting something or we're missing something.
I mean, I don't know what are you expecting. Like, I mean, what are you expecting to happen if we find something?
I would surely like that huge rust cartridge over there.
We can't get it now? What was the problem again?
Because every time you touch it, we get vision.
Yeah,
When we can't move forward from that vision.
yeah.
I tried doing.
What if everybody touch it at the same time? Will we all get that vision?
Oh, I don't like the sound of that. All of us in comfort with a vision. I don't like that.
I mean, the visions are not that long, right? It's like a minute at
Fire has
most.
something.
Yeah. What if we just ask nicely? No, just hear me out. These kids were, locked in by looters, right?
Mhm.
And looters take things. So the reason we can't take anything is because of them. So what if we just, ask to nicely
Oh
take
my
it?
god.
Hey, that's smart.
Some big brain connections. Oh my god, I wouldn't think of that.
Yeah, like the thing is, who do we ask?
I think the little boy was the one that was doing the most protecting. So maybe him?
I think his name was Andrew.
Yeah.
Because for me, the person was drawing, he was referring to Andrew as his brother. The man didn't seem
So-
like he had a sword.
Maybe try asking nicely to pick up something and see if that works.
Ahmet?
Do I ask out in the air?
I mean, who are you gonna ask?
We
Like,
go to the grave. We gotta dig a grave, right?
yeah, maybe.
So you head over
That's where
towards
their
the grave.
bodies are.
Yeah.
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 So you head towards the graves. The graves are there, untouched since you last left them.
Go ahead, Danny. Go and ask them.
But you're the one who's digging. No, then.
Hey, you're the smooth talker. Come on.
You've always been bragging about your charisma.
No, I don't. Okay. Andrew, if you're listening, I know some adults did you dirty. I hate that type of people as well. Would it be alright if me and my friends were able to take some of the items strewn about the city? We kind of need it for some of the folk back in our train. You see, we've been traveling far across the country, and we're trying to head away from it, and or at least get it away and come back to our homes. Check up some folk. And we're taking care of a lot of people, and it'll be a mighty fine gratitude if you could give us or allow us permission to take the huge cartridge we saw past yonder. It'll help us fuel the train so we could get farther and we won't need to be stranded looking for more. I hope that's alright with you.
Suasion check, I guess.
Oh god. I'm trying to also recall. Yes, I also have to. I can't roll below a 10, so
Yes.
okay.
We'll reflect that.
I'll take it.
You speak those words.
Oh my god, DM.
And no, nothing seems to happen.
I think there's more to it. I think we're missing something, maybe. I think definitely asking permission's one of the right calls. We should do that afterwards, but there's something else that they want us to do. Maybe if it's not the sword, there's something. Wait, Ada specifically, what? Maybe we can compare your vision and Leon's vision.
I mentioned the whole story already.
Yeah, I'm trying. No, sorry. I was just trying to breach the idea of the comparison, because Leon. I don't know if Leon's vision had a doll that's already broken.
I
Was
mean, all the visions are telling a story.
But they seem to have a timeline.
Yeah, and I told you the
Yeah, and
timeline.
yeah, we got timeline.
Oh, you rolled the rights. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I spent the whole hour just touching stuff and piecing it together. I just told you a few minutes ago.
I'm sorry. Right. God. Brain fart. I had a big brain fart.
Okay, you don't have to apologize. Like your brain's going like 1,000 miles an hour. Don't worry about it.
What time is it? Oh, okay, so it's 2 p.m. Is it? Yeah, that's 2 p.m. No, no,
1.
that's 1 p.m. Yeah, that's right. Okay. What was the last bit of the
This-
story? Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
I was gonna say, is this silence leading to a eureka moment, perhaps?
I was hoping.
I mean, what were you gonna say? Go for it.
What was the last part of the story? So we got all the roundup that children were running towards the orphanage, and then they got locked in while all the looting was happening during the horn. And what was the last bit?
They start.
They starved right outside of the door because they couldn't open it.
Yes.
It couldn't be as simple as how many rations do I have? One? Wait, really? I don't carry anymore. Oh, I've been giving it all to Loaf, and yeah.
Finally caught up with you.
To persuade him for stuff. No, I have two. Okay, I have 2 days. Well, no, I can use one day's. But
I can give you rations.
No,
We
no,
have-
it's fine. Should we?
I mean, it's fine. Okay.
Should we maybe give food an offering on their grave sets? If we're all coinciding the same feelings we got, we can all agree they were all starving, yes, or something. What's the same emotion that we keep getting repeated in each of the visions? Or
Helplessness.
helplessness, starvation, despair.
I'll text Raphael. Me and Leon been talking
Uh-huh.
at the side,
Uh-huh.
and he suggested maybe Raphael would know a little bit about the orphanage, so I'll text him like, "Hey, Raphael, do you know anything about the orphanage, like, or the kids inside it?"
He replies with, "Yes, I know about it. It is an orphanage run by the what do you call, by a lovely lady. Apparently, he receives donation to run the orphanage. Nothing special about it. Why do you ask?"
I'll at this point, I think it's easier to just call him, so I'll just call him.
All right.
And tell him and put him on speakerphone, and then just tell him everything about the vision and like why we've been stuck down here for a while and all that.
No. Okay. This is so you got visions? I don't. You have to understand. This is very strange to me, right?
Yeah.
Um. Well, is um is there something I can do to help?
Well, we kind of want to take this rest cartridge, and we can't because there's this vision. We're just kind of trying to figure out how to solve.
Have you tried to, I don't know, tie it to the recycle and then just drive it off?
I mean, we can't even touch it without getting visions.
Oh. These mystical things aren't exactly my specialty.
You mentioned the lady, the matron of the orphanage. What do you recall her name or
If I recall, it was Isabel.
Isabel?
Eh,
Isabel?
yes. She, if I recall, was an amique. This Isabel, well, honestly, I do not know much about her. I know she runs the place. She occasionally requests for some donations, and the Delamont family is happy to provide. I don't know what else I can help you with here.
Were you the major donor to the orphanage? One of them.
I would assume so, but they're not exactly a charity foundation that keep tracks all these things. They're just a simple orphanage.
Maybe there's something else back in the manor. Should be.
Well, if you need anything with the manor, I can help you with that. But I don't know. This seems a little bit far out for me.
Well, thanks for helping.
Oh, if you need anything else, do let me know.
Maybe.
Sure. Keep in touch.
Very well.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye. Put down the phone and return to the confusing section you're at right now.
Can we recall what the looters looked like? The ones that locked the kids in
Oh,
from the visions?
You recall they were a pair of homeborns, sorry. One of them bald, one of them have kind of like a greasy, long, shoulder-length hair. Both of them seem to be, just by their appearance, kind of like the more criminal type. They have scars all over their bodies and seems to be just going around, what do you call, carrying a tire iron and trying to loot as much as possible.
So they wouldn't look like they belonged in the town at all.
The town hosts a lot of different kinds of people. So, I mean, it's possible they're locals. Especially since they're humans. Humans are usually found everywhere.
Onward.
Yeah.
Homeborn. Sorry. Thanks.
Perhaps if we're so focused on these objects they've lost, perhaps we can make them new ones. Is that an option? Does anyone know how to sew? I can sharpen a stick, probably.
wait, no, I just so Ada was the one who pieced the whole story together, right?
Yes.
Can Ada recall? Ada, do you recall any like specific things they were focusing on? Each of the visions. We have the full story, but maybe each part had more significance than just the whole story. Maybe the sections had something. We were talking about a crayon, a sword, and a bear. Sorry, a doll.
Yeah. A crayon, a toy sword, and the drawings.
Maybe we can do leave the drawings on the grave, maybe. Make a toy sword. I mean,
No, I thought
it's not very hard. Did you?
I placed. I thought we put the drawing in the gravestone with the last with no name. That's what I remember. If not, then
You put
can
the
do it.
crayons and
No
the
memory.
broken sword and the broken teddy bear inside the grave. And then you use the drawing to mark where the grave is.
Mhm.
So maybe we can lay the drawings on the grave and make a wooden sword again. And either find a new doll or make a new doll. Is that possible?
I mean, if you can find the materials, then it shouldn't be hard to make one out of, fabric and maybe an old pillow.
There's probably those scattered about, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, well, I'll find a plank of wood.
Alright, that's easy enough. You find one of the nearby house, you can just break off the wood just like that.
Yeah. And get to work on trying to make it into a toy sword.
Go ahead, roll me dexterity carver's tool. Check.
Okay.
So you got.
I'm not proficient in carvers, so I'll just use dexterity, I guess.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm sure this won't backfire.
And what you were saying, Danny?
He's doing the doll or the.
Alright, how are you doing the doll?
No, who's what is?
I'm doing the sword. Hence
Ah.
carving, carvers, tools, sword, wood.
I'll do the crayon. Crayon's made out of no, it's not wax. What is crayons made? Oh god.
Do
Wax.
you want to make a
Wax.
drawing,
Is it?
maybe? But yeah,
Colored
wax.
wax.
Yeah.
Ah.
Maybe you can make a drawing instead.
Oh boy. Yeah. I can certainly try.
Unless you want to go hunting for colored wax.
I mean, if you have candles in your pack and some, like colored sand or anything like that, you can make it.
I have a herbal kit. Alright, then I could maybe.
Nobody-
I could maybe.
No, nobody carries candles, in the era of light sticks.
That's true.
Nobody
That's
has.
what you think.
Oh wait, Brian, you have a candle.
Why are you just leaving me to just see if I have candles then? Oh, okay.
Alright,
Do you want these
so
candles?
I have a. I could use. Oh no, I don't think cloth try and find red flowers.
Yeah,
it's a
I have some. You
desolate
can just
Make
take
a
them.
drawing first. It's simpler.
I'm literally growing some on my person.
Oh, right. Yeah, that works. Alright,
So-
so Leon, you are working on that carving the dagger, carving the toy sword. Danny, you're trying to make a crayon by melting candles and also using flower petals that Briar has. Go ahead, make me intelligence alchemy kit check.
Oh, boy.
And
Oh
what
wait,
about
I can do
yourself?
that. I'm proficient in that. Unless if you want me to.
Let's leave Ada. Let's leave Ada with the crayon.
Alright.
I've made many. What else use wax? God damn it! I was gonna say something makeup, but I don't actually wear makeup. So nothing is wax, does it? Never mind. I'll just pretend Ada's had said something
Alright.
cocky. I don't know.
There you
Insert
go.
cocky quote here. And finally, Amit, you doing anything?
I have this, haha, and I'm proficient in it.
You want me to sew some pillows into bears?
There are some pillows in that orphanage.
Alright, I'll try. I'm not good at this.
Go ahead.
So yes, thing that
Roll me a survival. No. There's a weaver's kit. So dexterity weaver's kit check for me, please.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, Weavers. Never mind.
As
Yeah,
all of
proficient.
you are.
I can
crafting
also
deception.
paint if anyone wants me to help in painting. I can do smithing. I can.
Why can't we just leave it to
Maybe-
Ada?
No, I
Maybe
can't
like
use
a cute
everything.
pattern on the bear. You know, coloring the bears with paint,
Oh yeah, sure,
staining the fabric.
Do you have paint?
Sure. I can change things. I can change things to be paint, but you got to give me an hour to
Oh, okay,
change
right.
every time. I
So,
have this.
Leon, you spent some time trying to craft. It's a crude looking sword. Like
I mean, it's the
like
best I can do.
yeah. With like a rotting wood, you know, the best wood you can find here, and like just a dagger, and having no experience to make this. It's the best you can do for now. Ahmed, on the other hand, you found a pillow. You get some rope. You
Oh
tie
my
around the
God.
neck area. You create the head and the
Oh.
body. You tie it near the corners. That's the ear, I guess. You bunch up some of the corners of the pillow and you tie up with ropes. There you go. You got a teddy bear. That
there you go, teddy bear. Looks like a
Or
teddy
a
bear.
giant, maybe.
it's good enough. You bring it to the party. Kind of like it's this kind of like weird amalgam. It kind of looks like a teddy bear. It has the appearance of a teddy bear, you know, so it's not too bad. You think?
What do I roll?
Intelligence, is it?
Oh, intelligence.
Yeah, intelligence.
With
Alchemist check.
Okay, so I got this. I'm proficient in it. So and I double it, so it's a +6.
Go. 24. Ada,
Nobody likes to show off.
Ada, you very quickly make this what do you call you smush the petals up until it kind of becomes nice color pigment. You put it under fire to dry it up a little bit so that it's much more easier to spread within the wax. You melt the wax from the candle, you mix it all together, and you create a whole ass crayon. It's not the best crayon given the material that you have right now, but you know, if you scratch it on the paper, it leaves marks.
It's not the best. Excuse me.
You, no matter how high you roll, you can't make an omelette with a stone. So it's the
Fine.
best that you have right now.
Hey, it's still the best that we have.
Exactly.
Look at Leon's sword and Ahmed's quote unquote teddy bear. Yeah.
So with
That's a
what?
very nice rhinoceros you made.
Oh,
So
Is that what it was? If I was a tiger.
all right. So with what you have with you right now, the wood, the toy sword, the crayon, and the pillow bear. What do you do?
Make
Yeesh.
them into offerings to give to the spirits of these children.
So
By,
you place it on near the grave. Just place it. Like what?
is
do
that
you
what
guys
we're
do?
doing?
yeah, I guess so.
Alright.
Can
So
can I take what's left of my candles and set them up to light them?
alright. You kind of create this nice like a ritual area almost with candles all around it. What you have remaining. You place the pillow bear, the crayon, and the what do you call the toy sword on the grave. You wait for a moment. Nothing seems to happen. What do you do?
Maybe we could try the speech again. Just tell them like I don't have guidance, but basically, you know, Danny, you could try it again, but make it more heartfelt and just kind of resonate with with what they experience.
With their plight.
Yeah,
Okay.
like instead of just, hey, we need it for this.
Yeah.
Can you give us this?
Yeah.
Maybe
I did
like
mention our
relate to
situation. Yeah.
relate to it, because like for all they know, we're just travelers who want stuff, and just the difference is we're just asking them, but
Right. I gotta recall a lot of the story that you said so I can bring up some stuff. Oh wait, maybe it's not good to bring up some stuff. Right. Give me a second. Alright. Hello again. Andrew and Chichi. And unfortunately, the last one we couldn't properly find your name. Where I won't try to muddle or hide out our main reason, or trying to commune with you. But I would try to, at the very least, because I feel it'll be the dishonor to what you have at least experienced from at this point for us to just save, to tell a lie and whatnot. We saw your whole story, and we understand your plight. All of us experienced the horn. I can believe though. Our experiences probably can't compare to yours, because for us at least, maybe we've grown maybe too accustomed to the horrors of what the world can give out, that it's sad that for you, or in your case, you didn't have anyone to comfort you during that moment. And just like to say, we're sorry for that. And we're sorry for the plight you had to endure in the aftermath, when not a single soul came in to try and save you. We understand if any one of you are angry at everyone else, adults, maybe the men in particular, you were sought out from by. It's perfectly understandable from your position, but I'd like to at least promote a different perspective. It's all right to hold a grudge on them, but I think it's not.
Annie, do you want me to step in? I see you're getting emotional with this.
Yeah, could you take in a bit? I'm just trying to say it's wrong to just assume adults are bad. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, we're standing in front of 3 graves of children who did not deserve their death. Not the way they went, or any death for that matter. Not at such a young age, but from what we've seen and what we've experienced, I've served with soldiers who have been more cowardly and less ferocious than you 3. All 3 of you stuck it out until the end, never to surrender. And I just want to say I'm sorry we weren't here to help you. I wish we were. Anything else you want to add, Danny?
I too run about a similar situation as you all when I was young. When I might have been a little older than you all, or just maybe at the same age. Instead of the support of an institution or an individual like your dear sorry, DM, what was the name of the person who God, I should have written it, who took care of the orphanage? Isabella. It's
Or Isabel.
you. Isabel, or is it Isabella?
Isabel.
Sorry, Isabel. Sorry. Instead of having a kind-hearted person such as Isabella in your life, I was left alone when I was no one took pity or even bothered to look at me. I can relate. I don't want to say exactly to your experiences, but I can, at the very least, compare or understand some inkling of what you felt. My youth was riddled with all the things you had to face in that instant, but even for an even longer period, for an even broader stretch of time, I was ostracized. I was under threat of violence, and no one, you unfortunate souls should have ever experienced, even during as a child, or being hated for, being despised, or being aggravated on. Yeah. I felt angry too against the world. I despised everyone. No one. It's very bleak what I'm assuming we both experienced. But I just want to add, even through all of that, I was at the very least able to be guided upon through those feelings. Sometimes people, the folk that you encountered, maybe they were a particular background, but sometimes and it's just a. God, I'm sorry. I DM, can I back out? I'm sorry, I can't. I just don't know what to say.
As Danny kind
DM.
of goes on his speech, Leon, you would notice that you're not sure when, but the items that you placed on the graves, they seem much well made, almost professional even. No more is that massive pillow folded into a teddy bear. You actually see teddy bear. Actually, you know this brand. It's Mr. Huggies. You know this one.
No, it's a
Even the
pet.
toy sword as well. You see the toy sword is much
Mr.
better
Stabbies?
made than than what you created. In fact, it looked like it's mass produced even.
I'm pretty sure that's just my quality, but yeah.
The crayon is not there. Instead, there was a drawing just on each
Okay.
table.
What does the drawing depict?
It shows a dining table with three empty seats. Of course, drawn in with crayon.
I
Gonna
think
point
maybe
it out the rest of the group while Danny is talking.
I think Danny
Like
closes
without
his eyes.
disturbing him, just gonna.
Sorry. I as the player cannot say anything. I just can't right now. I don't know how to articulate my words. I'm sorry, but maybe Danny's just mumbling and closing his eyes. He won't notice until someone tapped on him.
I mean, wouldn't want to interrupt you. Like, you're out of character. So, like, Leon like taps, Ada and Briar and Ahmed and points it out to them without disturbing Danny.
And you would notice the
Uh.
rhythms have changed.
I think it's working. Do we need to do anything else?
So, unless the drawing is pointing us somewhere.
Is it pointing us somewhere?
Like I said,
With a
it's
dining room with 3 empty chairs, right?
Oh,
dining
then let's.
table with food on top and 3
Ah.
empty chairs.
Then let's go look at it.
Look at what?
Go to the dining table. It says pointing to it.
No,
It's just a drawing
there's
of
a
it.
drawing of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
is there a dining table?
We should
Or did we
leave food.
put those
is
things
what?
into the dining table? I'm a bit confused. What
I
do you want me
think
to do?
the 3 empty
I was-
seats means they want to go to dinner. So I think the last thing we should
You're
do
so
is
smart,
give
right?
them a meal.
let's do that. Yeah, I
There
got
was
some
the
rations.
there
I
was
can
also
summon
the
some
chicken
berries
I
for you.
found.
The what?
The
Oh,
chicken?
there was a bird I
Chicken.
found. Not a chicken, but a bird,
Yeah.
some kind.
Yeah, we can we can make a bit of a feast. So one of us must be good at making something decent, right? I can only make ramen. I don't.
I can try cooking some meat if you have some. We have rations, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
DM, sorry. Can I just like
Keep up the
summarize?
old recipe.
All right. Sorry, Danny.
I myself, the player, I could not articulate like the feelings that Danny's trying to persuade them. I'm sorry, I can't. So, could I maybe summarize what he's trying to at least say? A rundown of it at least. He wouldn't stop like I did. Okay. Basically, he recalls how his experience as a child was also as detrimental as them, without like trying to make it sound like he had it more rougher than them. He's trying to relate and understand that they should be angry or wary of adults, and he understands their emotions of people taking stuff while they were left alone, but he wanted to like show or at least say that not all people are bad like that. I would and me being unfortunate of to be looked upon by a person. Yeah, that's just it. I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah,
sounds
let's go into the food.
So, you guys go back to the manor and grab the stone bird. Yeah? Is that what you're trying to do?
Grab the
Hello?
stone.
Stone bird? It was a stone bird?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I told you.
Well,
Uh,
wasn't that what triggered your vision in the first place? So are you even able to grab it?
are
What are
you
you
guys
talking?
grabbing it?
Leon?
Leon.
Leon?
Leon tried to grab the stone bird before and he got the
Yeah.
vision.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't try to grab it, did I? Actually, I did.
Yes.
Memory machine broke. Sorry.
Yeah.
I guess let's try again.
Alright. So you make your way all the way back to the manor. Go to the kitchen where you found the lone stone bird remaining. And you grab it.
I'm gonna grab some plates too.
What's as easy as that?
You grab some plates as well.
I'll help Amit start the fire.
Meanwhile, on
I
the
don't
other
know.
side of the place, you start the fire.
Make the
Start the
food.
fireplace near the grave area. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
All right. So you
I
start the
guess
fire near the
so.
grave.
right?
All
I
right.
think I'll give my rations that consist of jerky and whatnot and some stuff.
All right. You give all your rations
Yeah.
to Ahmed for him to cook, and you grab that stone bird and you bring it to Ahmed as well.
I
Yeah.
thought that
I mean, yeah.
Leon. Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. You bring it to
That's why I just
Ahmed.
hit deafen instead of unmute. Sorry.
You grab the whole thing and you give it to Ahmed, and Ahmed, you begin to cook. So go ahead, roll me Dex. No, Dex. No, it's more like intelligence cooking tool.
What? How is that intelligent?
How is that intelligent?
What about constitution? Because
You're roasting a chicken. It's about timing.
I feel like it'd be wisdom.
It'd
Yeah.
be wisdom, yeah. It wouldn't
Wisdom
be.
could work. Yeah, sure.
So wisdom, okay?
I mean, if you want,
you're
you're not
I'll
but
flash.
apparently you are.
I'll flash Ahmed and just like, hey, I think you're not doing it evenly. I think you should do it like this. Yeah.
Yeah, you pointing
needs
out any
spices.
parts of weakness as well, and Briar's helping you roast it up as well. So go ahead, roll it with advantage.
But
So
One more
one
time.
It's already 18. Oh, even higher than 18. So 24, and like it's a simple roast. You cook with what you have.
23.
So
I have
mostly the the stone bird with some salt and pepper that you managed to find in the kitchen, and it's not fancy, but sometimes you don't need fancy to be good, you know. It's just the
Yes.
basic, accentuates the bird's natural flavor, and you place it on one of the larger plates that you managed to bring, and the whole thing just smells delicious. At this point, Ada, you feel your sender vibrate, and you see a message from Raphael asking, "Is everything okay? I'm seeing a fire over here."
I'll message back quickly. All good. We're just making some dinner to ghost children. All good.
I'm not going to question that.
Are we not going to invite them? Are we not going to invite him?
Why didn't
You
we?
want some dinner? I'll just ask again.
I think we should dedicate this to them.
I really think we should have made something like chicken soup.
Well, there's no chicken. And
Just
I
hear
don't
me
think there's
out.
soup stock.
Because chicken soup is good for the soul.
Oh!
That's the okay.
I mean, you have the roast
It's
chicken
okay.
now, so
Danny gave them the chicken soup for the soul, but that story, maybe, I don't know.
alright.
I
So
uh,
you grab the food, and what do you do with it?
Arrange it like they're going to dinner.
Do you dig the bodies out of the grave and put it
No!
as a pillow or something?
No!
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god!
let's
Why would you go there?
I meant
meant
you
the
want to
item.
arrange it
I
like
meant let's
put
get a
like going to
table.
dinner.
I meant the items, the
Okay.
ones that represent each of them.
Alright.
Let's go grab a table. Ahmed, why not?
Can I find some table?
Make a makeshift table.
Yeah,
alright.
makeshift table, a piece of stone that is flat enough to be a
Okay,
table.
yeah, that you can. You grab one of the kind of like the wall of some building. You place it in the center. You place the various items that you guys crafted. Not really now. Looks like someone else crafted them. Place it on the table in a circle. You put all the plates and the roast bird at the center. And then you wait. You wait.
Did the orphanage have a name, like a sign?
You would kind of like look at like from where you are right now. You wouldn't be able to see what you call. You wouldn't be able to see the name. Seems like either it's getting destroyed, something like that. But when you were in your vision, you were able to you would be able to see that there was a signboard above the door that says Little Miracles Orphanage.
The Miracles Orphanage.
Oh my
Aw.
god.
I guess do we toast? Can we toast to them? Something like that.
You pour out a drink.
Well, I guess like a. I mean, it's nothing fancy. It's just water or something.
All right, you pull out your water bottle. You pour out a cup for each of you and for the 3 kids.
Yeah. I guess I'll just say, may you little miracles still be together and thriving even in the afterlife. Let's enjoy one last meal together and drink.
You
I don't
take
know.
a toast
That's what you're supposed to do, right?
and drink.
like in celebration, that
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah, I get it. You take a
Yeah,
toast.
but don't make it so awkward. Jeez.
You take the toast. You drink, and nothing seems to change.
Oh, okay.
Still,
Well, I thought that would work. Never mind. Do we eat with them? No, that
No.
so what do you guys do
Yeah.
now?
Can we see the image? Did it change?
It's still the same image. Empty table with not empty table. Table with food and 3 empty seats as before.
Did we call them to dinner?
Oh, I
No.
thought they were already here. But yeah, I think we need to call them to dinner.
I thought toasting could have okay then.
I didn't call their names.
Maybe they don't toast in the orphanage, you know?
Oh, we need to know the final one's name.
Well, we could try. I mean, we call Andrew, Chi Chi, Did they come?
You wait for a bit, trying to see if there's any reaction. No reaction to you calling them or anything.
So either they need all 3 names or that's not it.
Maybe we should. Oh, Briar,
Hmm?
are you still wearing that bell of yours?
See, I'm gonna need you to stay out of my head, please.
Ring dinner
So-
bell.
It's stuck though, so do you think you could fix the ringer?
I'm sure I could do something about it.
Just please don't break it.
Ask her to try.
Alright. You give it a look. It seems to kind of like have something lodged in there that caused the ringer to not move properly. So it's an easy fix with your Tinker's tool to just pull out any debris and smooth out the parts within the bell. And after a short, quick fix, the bell ting, 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 works just fine.
See? Good as new. I give it to Leon, I guess. He wanted it.
Gonna ring it and say, "Children, it's dinner time."
You ring the
Weird
bell.
he's saying that.
Yeah, you ring the bell.
Oh,
Ting, 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 ting,
that's
ting,
good.
ting, ting, ting. You wait for a bit. And you don't see any difference going around you. Right? Seems the same. But those with Leon and also Briar would notice that you're alone in the town right now. You don't see any more of those blue figures floating around.
Oh,
What time
I
is
think
it?
that
Ian?
might have done it.
Well, one way to find out that be let's see if we can take that rust cartridge.
Alright.
Right? Yeah.
So you go over to the rust cartridge as before. You grab your shovel, getting ready to dig it. And
Just
just
say, I hope
and
this is okay, kids. Thank you.
and just as you're digging into the dirt, similar to when you pick up the stone bird, no reaction. You're able to dig, you remove some dirt, you dig some more, you dig. Seems like everything may be good.
While they're digging, Leon will take the bell and get it stuck again. Because having like a bell around Briar is a Chekhov's gun that's gonna fire in our faces when we try to stealth.
Alright, okay.
Oh, I fixed that very easy. Aw.
And that one is just the bell unlodging and then suddenly ringing in the worst situation possible.
But shit, don't jinx us. How's that sound? How about we don't do that?
You
And-
Yeah.
you can like put like
Pass it back to Briar.
it's not like you make it stuck properly. You just make like a little dampener that you can remove when you're not in dangerous situations and all that.
Yeah, just remove the ringer. I can
Yeah.
keep it on me.
Yeah. So you remove the ringer and you return the bell back to Briar. And the rest of you just start digging.
What are we
Yeah.
digging for?
Rust cartridge.
Alright.
That's
So-
a big one over there.
Yeah. So there are a couple of rust cartridges around actually, but majority of them are either half used or already broken. But given if you spend some time trying to look for the the still usable ones, you will be able to find, if I recall correctly, yeah, you will be able to find 3 rust cartridges that are just lying around.
What
I-
size?
Huge.
Ooh, let's go.
How do we bring that? How do we bring it?
And there
Bring the
are, of
train
course, a
closer.
bunch of, just random things lying on the ground. You can see like some tools, there are some ore, some gems, some furnitures here and there. And you could have sworn, like on the side of the of the train tracks, you managed to find one carriage that is just like half sunken into the ground as well.
But we
Oh,
don't have space for another carriage. I mean, we don't have weight for another carriage.
We need more a powerful engine.
Yes.
if we can bring the engine closer in, I guess now, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's true. We could do that.
Let's radio in them to bring it closer.
I'll text them.
You're gonna, you're out of, you send the text out, but no reply.
They are 1 mile away, right?
Yeah.
Ah,
Have a booster in the city because everything is destroyed.
We can set Raphael to go and inform him.
I mean, one of us could just get off the bike and go back. Right? The rest could just try and take the rust cartridge.
Okay then.
Alright. So one of you get onto the bike and return to the group, informing them about your current
Bring Raphael
situation,
back, yeah.
and you guys bring the rust engine closer. They didn't park it right over the city, kind of like still at the edge of the city, not on top of the city yet. And the rest of the people the ones that are capable begin to make their way down and help you with all the materials that are scattered around that is usable for your ride, essentially.
Yeah. What do we get? What do we get?
You'll be able to find 3 huge rust cartridge.
Ooh, can we
Okay, I'll put it in our cargo.
Alright.
I'd like to make a request.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the manor to get those senders, those spare senders.
Alright. Those spare
really?
senders are unfortunately broken. But they are
Ada
still...
can fix them.
Yes, exactly. They are still usable if Ada can fix or can repurpose them.
Get the parts,
You'll
yeah.
get
Yeah.
you'll get 300
Mending.
as basically you get a couple of types of resources essentially that you will be able to use. 1 second, yeah. I'll do the resources for you later, but essentially you'll be able to get some you'll be able to get some more engineering resource. That's like 500 gold worth of engineering resources. 200
What did I
gold
put
worth
there?
of ore. So you can use that to smelt into better materials or to make larger equipments. 100 gold pieces worth of gems. So all but diamond. 300 gold pieces worth of natural resources, so plants, fertilizers, that kind of stuff, fungi and all that. 100 gold pieces of luxury resource, aka furnitures, paintings, that kind of stuff. And then 300 gold pieces worth of tech resource. That's
Wait, go back. How much for luxury?
I'll paste it for you here.
Okay.
There. You need to spend some time, at least a couple of days, to drag all those rust cartridges back to your rust engine.
That's
But you'll
okay.
be able to.
We got time. We don't have enough rust cartridge to move forward either. How do I add on to the... because how do I know quantity?
I'll do it. Like I said, the resource, I'll do it later.
Okay, got it. Okay. If you're doing it, you can't say it's our fault for not saying anything.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright. So, after spending, I'll say like 1 day for each rust cartridge that you're gonna lug back to your rust engine, you would be able to bring back all 3 of those rust cartridges back into your rust engine and then spend 3 more days to completely break down another huge rust cartridge into 8 large rust cartridge. So additional 6 more days you spend in this town.
Can I do training in the meantime though?
Not during the first 3 days, because you'll be working to drag
It's
the cartridge, but the
the
last 3 days, so 24 hours.
okay. 24 times 3. 24, yeah, 3 days, okay. Alright.
All right.
24 hours more. Where is my stuff?
I've updated the rest cartridge.
This is good.
Okay.
This-
So now with the what do you call? With the all the equipment have been brought back to your Rust engine, and you have broke down a couple of those Rust cartridges to a more usable size. You guys proceed on your journey.
Yeah, I guess so. Anything else? I guess just check in with Raphael and the family if they're okay. Since we are stopping close to where we're staying close here for a while.
These guys are just from afar, just looking at them. They seem to be settling in. The one that's heavily impacted is Raphael, but the rest of the family is what do you call? Just the rest of the family seems oblivious, other than his wife. His wife is trying her best to take care of him, but the kids are just happy to have other kids to play with after after about a month getting stuck in that diner. So,
Even Rosalia, is she playing with other kids?
well, she's staying in the corner, but what do you call? At least she's not alone. There are some other people around.
Hey, how long has it been since we started? Is it like a month or two? Right, a month.
Almost
We are, yeah,
2
we're
months.
yeah,
Almost
we're
2
almost
months.
close to. Oh, we're in the new month. Oh, we're in Al Roca.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Hey, how old was
Happy New
Rose when we
Year.
got her? No, it's not a new year yet. It's just a
It's
new
not
month.
I know.
it's new month.
It
We're
has
far away
I
from
know.
the new
been
year.
2 months, yes.
How old was Rose?
Damn.
You
She
don't
wasn't like a
know.
newborn, right?
She wasn't like, hey, take my kid. She's 6 months, so remember her birthday.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like, does she look like development wise? Does she look
When
Let's
you
just
closer
give
to
her.
received
8 months? Or
it
Do we
looked
know how the EUs develop?
they usually develop on the same rate as humans, if I recall correctly. Let me double check.
Yeah,
And
let's
by the
just give
looks of
her.
Sounds
it,
about right.
she seems to be kind of like less than a year in terms of age, basically.
she should be crawling soon.
Let's just give her.
Oh, you don't want to miss her crawling.
We need to baby proof the tree.
Let's just make her crawling or saying the first word her birthday. I don't know my own birthday.
I mean, that's definitely possible, yeah.
Yeah, just
All
mark
right.
a grandiose
Or
occasion.
the day we got her as
Well, if
Are you sure you want to mark the day she lost her mother?
Well,
we'll make
that's the
it the
birth of her
next
new
day.
life.
Yeah.
The start of her new life.
usually, when they're about a year old, they're a little good at crawling and standing, but they
Yeah,
haven't started
standing.
walking yet. So depending on her progress
Yeah.
in walking is how old you can tell she is.
I mean, usually at this age they would be crawling already. So that's when you gotta baby proof things. I think. I don't actually have friends who have kids. So it was what Ada would say. Aina totally does.
Sure,
So.
sure, sure. So, you guys have what you call carried all the resources onto your Rust engine. What do you guys want to do now?
Move forward.
Yeah.
Yep, let's move forward.
We have, sorry, just as a confirmation, we have no idea what Castrum is like.
I know a little bit.
Okay, be good to have a heads up. That's
All right. So, you guys push forward on
But you can
your.
ask if you want.
I, I thought he was asking there, but okay.
Yeah, but he did ask more, so
All right, so you guys got onto the rust engine and you guys begin making your way along the road towards the next city, Castro. You're not going to Otarkao, right? You're not going here, right?
where's the dark god?
Oh, no, why are we going? Why would we go back?
Just confirming. So
No,
you
we're
guys push
going past.
forward and begin making your way towards Castrum, which will be 1, 2, and 1. So 1 rust cartridge and 2 hours. Wait 1 second.
2,
This should be
4,
early in
8,
the day.
12.
So, like so. Alright. So 2 hours. Get here. Another 2 hours. Another 2 hours. And 8 hours at this point. As the rust engine gets
4 rust cartridges.
4 rust cartridges, yes. Your rust engine cuts through the through the supposed to be states, passing through many checkpoints and also cutting through the open fields. And in the distance, you would be able to see more thicker forested area as
In
you
the
approach.
meantime,
Yep.
I guess in the 8 hours that we are uh that we're going, I'm just gonna I don't know exactly who to tell, but I'll tell at least the party, I guess. Like uh my friend could be in Castrum.
Is
And
Sure.
like I've never been there myself, but my friend's always been saying that there's always been a lot of like demons, stuff like that. Because
oh boy.
I mean, well, there wasn't, but he's there again, so there may be more. It's a whole thing.
Oh, sorry, you gotta run that back. So there wasn't, but because he came, is there a reason why they start popping back up?
Yeah, him.
Him?
Maybe.
Does he have your condition as well?
He has a condition. See, well, I was a student in Quantico, but like not, I guess, formally. I mean, I am, but also not. I mean, I am, but maybe you can't find my name in the records. I don't know. And so are my friends. I guess we're a weird bunch, is all. And his is kind of bad because well, whenever he's like um let's just say dangerous things really like him and his village doesn't. So yeah.
Okay.
If
So what do you
if he's
suggest we
there,
do?
I don't know. Just be prepared, I guess.
Is this a God? I don't know what to say, but is this the same situation with me and my blade type of deal, or
Your
more
what?
in depth with my blade, with my knife?
Your blade. I thought you said
What did
no.
Okay.
I don't know. Were you born with your dagger?
Okay, so it's not that probably.
Yeah, these are more of a congenital curses. So yeah, his name's Droid. He's very like bright and shiny though. I hope he's still there. I hope he's not dead.
Sorry, the name's Droid.
Yeah,
Okay.
just guess keep an eye out.
All right.
Alright. So, your rust engine continues forward a little bit more, onwards and onwards. So, at this point, it's starting to get a bit later in the day, so it's starting to get dark. Are you proceeding or are you stopping here for now?
We should stop here. I would suggest we stop here because we don't know what will happen once we go into the green parts because that's when it's dangerous. Haha.
Yep, that's the dangerous part.
So, the rust engine slows down and then comes to a halt. A few hundred feet outside of the edge of the forest that surrounds Castro. Over there, you guys turn in for the night, get some rest. Let me just fast forward the time to the next day, where you guys get ready and to continue on your journey once more. You wake up bright and early at 8 and then you proceed through the streets and head towards the forested area. Another 2 hours gone by.
At about
Yeah.
1 mile in to Castrum, can I try to message my friend during using my sender?
Sure, when you're 1 mile in.
Yeah. I think close to 1 mile into Castrum. Yeah.
Gotcha. So 1 hex is 100 miles, so it's gonna be
Oh, never mind. I forgot how big this is.
You speed through the forested area. The rust engine kind of have to bat through some of the trees and everything, but it doesn't really cause massive damage. It is designed to take on monsters. As the rust engine passes through, goes through, and each time you hear this kind of like the wood banging onto the surface, you would hear Kay shout out in front of you, "Guys!" As you begin to see in the distance, some of the trees begin to like just collapses in a nearby area, and then you see birds flying off into the distance as the tree in a different area shakes. As you hear the sounds of conflict somewhere ahead of you, just continuously happening. What do you guys do?
Oh god.
Shit.
We can't go through, can we? We kind of need to stop.
You can go through. Whatever happens, happens. Then that's all.
It's a new deal already, right? Is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You all have your long rest already. So
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So what do you guys do, guys?
Well, we're heading into that.
Yep. There's no two ways about it, but
Red alert, I guess.
yep,
To
on
get
high
everyone-
alert.
All right. The rest
I'm gonna
chugs through.
go. I think I'm gonna go out and stand on the roof, I guess.
All right. Okay. So you got onto the roof, trying to keep an eye on the things going on. So go ahead, roll me perception check, please.
Perception.
Jen, can we have the binoculars moment, except with Ahmed this time?
All right. Go ahead. Perception check as well.
Don't fuck my roll up, GM, okay? Let me
No
roll
promises.
normally without your algorithms.
Okay, let me remove the code now.
Okay, can I re-roll because you agreed too late and I already clicked before you removed the.
Well, it's kind of your
The
fault for
thing.
clicking too early.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I didn't think he was gonna agree. I didn't want to give you the benefit of the doubt, okay?
But yeah, with a 15 and an 11, you guys keep an eye on the surrounding.
I can flash Ahmed.
You're not upstairs though, so you can't.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So Ahmed and Leon, both of you are keeping an eye on the surrounding, and you would be able to see like the forest itself. There seems to be a lot of activity going around, but given the thick foliage, you're unable to see what the hell's going on. So you put your focus mostly on the chaos that is ensuing right in front of you. And Ahmed, with your bare eyes, you're able to see a flash of white going through the forest. And suddenly you immediately see one of the trees just fall down.
All right, it's the white creatures, guys. I'm gonna yell.
And then you see a flash of orange in a different location. As
Scratch
you,
that! It's not a white creatures.
It's an orange creature.
Just
I've never
flashes
met
through
one of
once
those.
more, and then you see what looks to be 1 second. You wait around for a bit, and then you see kind of like a root of sort kind of grow around one of the nearby tree, and then you see the tree falls down again once more.
Oh my god. It's like a battle
Need
out
to-
The
there.
rust engine is pushing forward through that area. You're pushing through. And around this moment, you're able to see, as you are pushing through a particularly dense area of tree, you would be able to see for a split second something is kind of like leaping over the rust engine. You see this
Oh, no.
huge kind of like gorilla type creature, orange fur, blue skin, and it grabs onto the surface of the rust engine and kind of like leaps over it to land on the other side. And then as it lands, you can see it suddenly goes invisible immediately. It just vanishes the moment it lands. And just at that moment, you see something just rushes past the tree. This weird white creature with red hands that extends to like very long claws, and it's just running forward, its hands going amok, and each time it swipes, it cuts down, it kind of like weakens some of the tree and cuts down some, which causes the tree to fall down nearby, and it's just going through your rust engine at the moment. With each strike, you can see the rust engine just takes a battering as the rust engine pushes through. Let me check your rust engine.
Oh my god.
It
At this point, can we start shooting it?
It takes your rust engine takes 16 points of damage. As
Ooh.
you guys are shooting it now.
It's
Open
attacking.
fire, open fire.
Yeah.
So the rust engine is now
the-
just passing through the creature right now, and all of you pull out your gun and start firing at the creature behind you. Is that it?
Yes, so
Wait, the creatures that we saw are not. They don't look like the white creatures, right? Is it?
The first one does not. The second one does.
Oh, the first one does not. Okay.
So which one did we hit? The second one?
I mean, the white creatures, I guess.
What are
Yeah.
you? That's what I'm doing. You see one big gorilla leap over and then turns invisible. You don't see it anymore. And then as the rust engine is going through, you see this white creature slams onto your rust engine, and then your rust engine leaves it behind because again, your rust engine is much faster than these creatures, and you're shooting at it. Is that what you're doing
Oh
right
wait,
now?
my gun's not magical. Damn it, no. We
Guys,
can
are you
maybe let's
shooting
just-
or are you not?
Let's leave. Let's not aggravate this. I mean, like we don't need to waste or fight.
Yeah, we don't need to fight. Let's go to custom.
Alright, you immediately just pushes through as the combat is happening behind you, causing more of like the nearby tree just fall down some more, and you hear kind of like a loud screaming sound somewhere in the background as your rust engine pushes through the forest forward some more.
I mean, there wasn't anyone fighting it other than us, right?
There was the weird animal that turned invisible, the gorilla-looking one that turned invisible.
Yeah. Was he running away from the thingy? From the white creature?
By the looks of
Yes,
it, yeah.
Oh. Well, if it turned invisible, it's still in our train, right? We don't know. Or maybe it left, that we don't know.
It leapt
It's-
over your rust engine to the other side.
Oh, I thought it became invisible in our train. Okay.
Like he could have escaped while the guy was focused on our train.
I guess so. Well, yeah, I guess there's no reason to be here.
And your rust engine proceeds. Another
How
2
do we-
hours pass.
How do you fix our rust engine again?
1 hour per HP.
Oh.
Oh wait, then could we have fixed like during the days we also? Could we have focused on repairing the train?
You'll need to use your resources. I think it's the engineering resources.
How much is 1 HP per engineering resource?
If I recall correctly, I said 50 gold. I need to confirm that again. But if I recall 50 gold.
Yeah. I think we've taken so many. Oh no, wait, that was the prior train. Oh, never mind. I don't think we took any damage prior to this one with the new train. Maybe I don't recall.
If it didn't, why is it 189?
They did. This is the wyvern, remember?
The new one?
The
I
wyvern?
thought that was the old one.
When was the wyvern attack?
The wyvern's
No, yeah, that was the
after-
old one.
That was after Kinangal. You were heading towards Bladesford. That's when you had
Oh,
like 10
right,
different encounters, one
right,
after the
right.
other.
That wyvern. Yeah.
The zombie where we also came across zombies. Right.
Did you do the damage yet? 16 points of damage onto your Rust Engine?
No, I thought you were gonna do it. I'll do it.
Your Rust Engine proceeded some more through the forest again. And at this point, it's starting to approach lunchtime, but the Rust Engine is pushing through. And that's when you guys begin to see kind of like fire in the middle of the railway tracks.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What do? The Rust Engine is still powering ahead now.
Yeah, we need to stop.
So can we? Is it fast enough for Ahmed to find out what it is?
What do you mean? It's fire. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna yell fire
I mean, is it
on
coming
the
on the
tracks.
Okay.
Yes. I'm gonna yell
Alright,
fire on the tracks.
so you inform everybody regarding this, and what do you guys do?
Stop.
Stop, I guess. Is the fire big enough? Is it large enough? Is it large fire?
Go ahead, roll perception check for me as you try to figure that out, like the scale of this
What do
thing.
I see. I don't see anything. It's too bright.
You rolled a 7. It's kind of small from where you are right now. Your Rust Engine might be able to push through.
Do you want a second opinion on that?
I don't know, binocular man.
The Rust Engine is approaching closer, so go ahead, if you want, go ahead, roll perception check as well.
Yeah, can I run up as well to check?
Yeah, go ahead.
I can't get lower than 9, so ha. My god, these rolls.
You rolled a 6. You can't get lower than 9? Why is it not reflected?
No, I mean because I have
Plus
plus 8.
Oh, right, okay.
I wish I could roll higher than 9 once. That'd be cool.
Reliable talent. But with a 14, you give the thing a look, trying to see if there are. I would try. It's not as small as he's expected, but you figured that the Rust Engine might be able to just power through this. It's not like a big roaring flame. Even then, the Rust Engine might be able to just push through, you know?
Is there anything like around the fire worth noting?
With your perception check, you would be able to see a single humanoid kind of like waving their hands right beside the fire.
Oh,
Okay.
We need to stop.
Yeah.
Uh,
We stop for the guy. If the guy is. Wait, no. Could this be? You know what? Let's just stop for the guy.
Could be a trap
I mean-
though.
Could be a trap.
Well, I mean,
We have
the
an
last time
army.
we did
We'll
a
fuck 'em up.
trap before. We got people. Yeah.
We have
Literally have
50
an
people.
army, yes.
How many could like? I doubt there would be.
don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Yeah.
We said what we need to say.
That group of 5 people hoping to score an easy target, and then when the train stops, 50 people goes out.
Proverbial clown car of people.
Yeah, I was
It's
thinking
like-
that too.
It's like the mask when he pulls out so many guns against the group of cops.
At this point, the Rust Engine is now slowing down. The screeching noise kind of like echoes and like deafens you guys for a bit as the rest engine slows and slows and slows, and then it comes to a lurching halt. And you would see the person, Leon, the person that is right beside the rust engine just now, kind of like give a little jump, like a cheer for a bit, and then begins running in your direction.
I'm running, sprinting, jogging.
How does he look?
Jogging? You can
Is
see.
it
They're
super
trying to
far
read
that we
their
can't see?
intent.
At this point, you will be able to see, especially with Leon's binoculars, you would be able to see that this guy seems to be. You're not. It's humanoid, but you can't see what detail because he's wearing some like heavy ghillie suit type shit with like.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you
like,
didn't man.
rats
You
Leon
and
mentioned that to him.
leaves covering all over the body. So the facial feature itself is completely covered, so you can't really see who the hell this guy is.
I'm gonna look at
Like,
Leon.
we-
Leon, is he
yeah.
one of your friends? One of your war buddies?
I'm gonna give him a look that should say it all, really.
Incredulous.
Are you assuming all
And
war
then
buddies know
back at
each
the
other?
person.
Yep.
What's their like intent with running? Are they just sprinting at us? Are they look aggressive? Or are they just trying to reach us quickly? What's the?
Not even quickly, just jogging. But it looks like he's like jogging in your direction, occasionally waving his hand at you, and then continues jogging at you.
Okay, hand on holster,
All right.
clear leather just in case, right?
All right.
And
You-
wait for them to approach, I guess.
All right. You wait for a bit, and as the guys get closer and closer and closer, you can see clearly this guy is kind of like medium build, kind of like your build essentially. You would be able to see he's wearing a ghillie suit that fits the more pine wood kind of nature of this area. Actually, not pine, more like swampy kind of area actually instead of pine. Yeah, this swampy kind of area, and he comes closer and closer, and he approaches. He seems to slow down to a walk, and then he puts his hands up and continue walking in your direction. And you
Okay,
hear him. You hear him shout. Okay, I mean you no harm. I'm unarmed.
Yep, hope
What?
so.
Mira? Oh,
Remove your hood.
Right, just don't shoot.
I
He
wouldn't.
he puts down the hood, pulls down the mask, pulls down a kind of like face mask, basically pulls down to his neck. He pushes up the goggles onto his head to reveal
that's a lot.
a homeborn with brown hair, and you can see that he actually has a rifle on his back and also a bow as well. He begins walking over in your direction. Okay, don't shoot. I'm not a devil. Okay, I'm not a demon either. I'm just a normal guy.
Is that what they're calling the white creatures now? Or is there
No,
more
I
to
think
that?
it's in relation to Ada's talk.
Yeah,
He's gonna whisper to Dan.
damn.
All right. Have you been there? And he's gonna point towards the city.
He looks back to you. Oh yeah, I've been there. You might wanna, turn around and find a different place to go.
Is it that bad?
Oh, yeah. Very bad. So, why don't you just save yourself the trouble and just come back where you came from? I just wanted to warn you about this. That's all. That's all. So,
Right, sure. Just at the risk of sounding repetitive, we've had the exact same exchange with the citizen of every city we've entered so far. So, I think we got this.
but
I
I
don't
mean,
wanna
like,
sound cocky.
they have devils in it, though. So, like, dangerous things. Just saying. Sadistic as fuck.
We
as
fought a
well.
dragon, so terms of scale, I don't know where devils really scale up there.
Okay.
No, it's like a white creature dragon.
Are
Which
you
is even
outside as well,
worse.
Ada?
Wait, are we not in the same?
No, because like Leon and Ahmed are on the roof. They've been keeping watch ever since you
Oh,
entered the
oh, so they're talking on the roof.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
okay.
shouting.
I
Basically.
was
This-
probably
this
shouting
guy-
below.
Yeah, these guys are like
on the- yeah.
30 foot, 60 foot away from you guys. So you're still in shouting
I
distance.
think Ada knows him, guys.
Yeah, I think based on the gasp that we heard earlier,
What gasp?
we heard it. Don't lie. Anyway, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, regardless, I'm not trying to brag, but you're from there.
I mean,
are you,
okay,
are you from
I
there? Are
assume
you?
I listen.
Yes,
To
yes,
this
you are
conversation.
listening.
Okay,
That's-
then I'll pop out and say, I think we expected that the devil thingy. We probably can handle it.
you can see the guy kind of like bows a little bit, like as if like he's dodging something being thrown at him. Ada, is that you?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Can I
Man,
see
we
who
just
that
learned
is?
about 5 minutes ago. Could it be? Could it be him, the man we heard about 10 minutes ago?
Could it be appropriate thematic timing?
Should've shot him.
You lean
Funny.
outside and you see a droid standing there, looking a bit more gruff and a bit more emaciated than you last see him, but it is undeniably him, shouting at you. Oh shit, it's you! Hey!
God!
I'm
my God.
alive!
I know you're alive. This is awesome. Come in.
No! Remember the whole kind of points to his neck a little bit? I've been trying to stay away from people, so like, why don't you just? I mean, if you guys can handle yourself, go ahead. But you know, I'm just saying, Castrum is really, really fucked right now. I do not recommend.
Is it? Is it? I'm not gonna like. Are you okay though?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you okay though?
Yeah.
Are you okay though? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's saying
What does
gibberish.
that mean?
He's saying gibberish, yeah.
English, man, it is our common home, man. Do you speak it?
I'll just.
It's
Oh my god, that is him.
I'm alive, alright? That's all. Like I'm alive. It's fine. I mean like if you guys gonna go ahead, I'm just saying Castrum's not a town anymore. It's more like a devil nest right now, so
I'm not gonna say it out loud. So I'm just
Oh,
gonna,
that's his picture. Oh, damn.
I'm gonna get out of the rust engine and then move towards him, I guess. I don't think it's that far, right? You said 30 feet.
yeah, 30 feet, yeah. So you gotta
Yeah,
step
and I'm
back.
just
Dude, I'm telling you, stay back. It's been acting up real bad since I got here. Well, since the whole falling thingy, you know.
I'm gonna ask Leon. Do you know what he's referring to?
Not in the slightest, besides what we've both been told.
but like I'll say to him from where I am. I'm not gonna scream it because I assume he can hear me from 30 feet away.
Uh-huh.
But like human proximity has never been the trigger though.
No, it's kind of like a always on thing, remember? And in this place, oh, it's on. So, you know.
They didn't give you the thingy that they give you over there?
What thingy?
Oh my god. Like the thing that suppresses the thing. I never learned what it was.
I don't know about you guys, but I never had any suppressing thingy. Remember? Mine's more like they keep you in a box.
Right. No, I remember that. It sucked. I thought they'd give you a box. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but there ain't exactly a box to contain me out here.
Uh, does portals shoot out of you or something?
What?
I don't. I don't know. It's been a while. I forgot how things work.
Whoa. I'll just tell you this. Again, stay away from that place. It's
I was
really
okay,
bad.
but do I? But should I stay away from you?
I mean, I really shouldn't be here. I just heard like a rust engine coming my way, coming this way. And I thought like, better warn those fuckers before they get into a devil's nest and they become slaves and shit. That, all that.
Oh boy.
I mean, devils.
Sounds like good times.
Oh yeah, great
Uh,
times. Very great.
I bet they have like orgies or something.
What?
I don't know. I
What?
just never mind. I wasn't saying anything.
I didn't stay around to find out. When the town fell, I just, grabbed my best disguise and lived in the forest. So yeah.
What's your plan? Are you gonna just stay here
What else is there to do?
for the rest of your life?
People live in woods all the time, so not too bad. Uh,
Right.
I mean, there have been several rust engine pass by here. They all ignored my warning. And well, from what I heard, they didn't come back. So,
Maybe they went through.
uh maybe, but more likely they're fucked. But regardless, from what I heard, everywhere else is fucked as well. So, I think forest here is fine. Maybe I should get a little bit farther away from Castrum. I've been trying to do that, but there's like a lot of demons and white monsters in the woods right now.
Yeah, they're kind of everywhere. You sure you don't want to come with us?
It's a bad idea, Ada. Why don't you
I
guys just
know.
go, just get on, show off, and kill demons and shit like what
I
you
mean, I could just
trying to say.
leave you here. It's kind of my fault you're out here
But why? Why'd you say that?
because of everything that happened.
You're gonna give me some clarity, mate. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, exactly. If you want to talk about it, you could come with us. Maybe you'll be our in with the devils and stuff.
She kind of looks around. I really think I shouldn't be here. It's been like what 10 minutes already been here. You're gonna find me soon.
Who are they?
Those the curse, Ada.
Oh, they find you?
Yes, that's what it does. It does. I'm gonna go now. All right, you guys.
Wait. At least give me your sender.
Ah, yes, that sender.
Do you change your number? Your keyword?
More like. I guess in a sense, I changed the keyword to I dropped it somewhere and I forgot about it.
Oh, come on. How am I gonna contact you? I don't know sending. Like the spell, I mean? Not, I mean, I know how to use a sender.
But it's better that you don't contact me anyways, so why don't you guys, go. Go. Go!
No.
Alright, bro, big man and gray haired man, what, can you like take Ada and like bring her far away or something? She's being her usual
No.
self.
What do
But
you
we
mean
have
my
to go
usual
through Castorm
spell?
though.
I mean, sure, just bring her along. Don't let her stay here with me.
No, I'm not gonna stay here with you. You're gonna come with us.
No.
Yes.
Okay, bro. Like, do a brother a solid here. Just bring her and get the hell out of here.
Yeah, you know more about this guy than we do. What's the deal?
He's cool. He's a very cool guy. And he's like super nice all the time.
Right, and do you think he's being wrong by asking to stay away?
Well, it's like the same reason I get people to stay away from me, you know?
That sounds worse. What he's got.
Yeah, a little bit.
We have children on board. Perhaps we should take his advice.
I don't want to leave him out here. It's not fair. He's gonna just live here alone for the rest of his life.
Yeah, Ada, think of the children. The
But
children.
I don't care about the children. I care more about you. They can,
Aw, I'm flattered.
I don't want them to die, but you know what I mean.
You know what? I'm gonna do this. He turns around and he starts walking away.
Hey! Vortex War. Let's go!
Are you vortex warping him to you?
Vortex warping into the train.
Alright. Constitution saving throw, right?
Yeah.
This is
Alright.
going to end horribly.
Oh my
And
god.
then Elton say go, 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 go.
Constitution saving throw.
I did it.
Oh my god.
He
It-
walks forward and then zoop, disappears. Zoop. He's on the rust engine right next to. Right next to.
That just kidnapped
And
us.
he immediately presses on the pedal, and the whole thing lurches forward and begins moving closer. The guy tries to hold on, grabs onto Ahmed's, almost like grabs onto like your belt, Ahmed, and like holds on. What the? What? How did I? What? And Ada, the rust engine is now moving past you because you're on the ground. Everybody else is on the rust engine.
Wait, no, I see. I would have been inside and then tell them that go, go, go. You know what I mean?
You're gonna have something running back, but yeah, you grab onto the rust engine as it picks up speed, and droid kind of stands up straight, looks at the two of you on top of the roof. Sup? I'm droid. I'm gonna go now, and he kind of walks off.
No,
He kind of starts
wait.
walking off the edge of the rust engine, looking at the side
But
rust
it's
engine,
moving.
and
Can-
they're just
can
picking
I-
up speed.
Can I
You're just gonna grab him?
Yeah, can I grab him?
Hey, come
Yo, dude,
on!
it's dangerous to jump from this pit.
You don't want a bait on the train with the kids and the old people and stuff. It's a bad idea. Can you just let me go, please? I said please. Please.
Yeah, but Ada wants you in the train.
That's got a point.
Just find him a box or something. We can put him in a box. He's used to being in a box.
Okay, now that's just sounding rude. Why does he need to be in a box?
Rust garage counts as a box. It is a big box.
An empty one. I think we can do that.
I was referring to an anti-magic box, Ada. You can't just put me in any box and I'll be okay.
I don't know. I'm not thinking straight right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Just kidnap someone.
Guys, first thing first. Can we just go through Castrum without stopping?
Well, about
We can sprint it. Yeah,
Wait.
that's pretty much reasonable.
he kind of like puts a finger on the rust on his lips. Oh shit, they're coming. They're coming. I need to go, guys. I need to go. I'll see you guys. And he goes over. Can you let me go, please, big man? Hey,
Leon's gonna let him go.
big man. Ahmed, he's holding him. Ahmed, big man.
I look at Ada.
Big man, they're
Ada shakes her
coming. They're
head.
at this point you would be able to see like from the woods a couple of these like what purple-looking creatures with tentacle beards just leaping out of the forest with
Tentacle
spears and
beards?
wings, and they're just
Oh my
flying in the direction of the town. Let me go, let me go, let me go. Tap, 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 tap you like rapidly. Ahmed trying to force you to let
Are
it
you
go.
sure you can outrun that though? You can outrun that on this train.
Good.
We should.
Your train's not moving fast enough yet. It needs to pick up speed. Damn it! Let me
That's
go.
Yeah, we need more speed.
Faster, kid!
You
how do
try,
we do that?
you try to what do you call it? Try to go faster. It's as fast as it can go. As you see this like purple creature begin flying in your direction, weapons abound. They leap in your direction, and that's where we're gonna end our session today.
No!
God.
As you guys,
tentacle bearded creatures is that? Are those mind flaying?
By the way, I sorry, I forgot to say. I wonder Leon could have totally insight Ada when she was like, oh, this when he was asking what's up with this guy. But
Well-
if you wanted to,
but yeah. So you guys are heading to Castrum, hoping that you can just drive through Castrum. But at the same time, there are lots of devils and shit around here. So we'll see what happens.
I'm pretty sure.
We'll see what happens as the party has to figure out how to push to Castrum and then deal with the devil assault that is coming their way. So, thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna stop here for now, and we'll see you guys next week for more Rust. Oh, and tomorrow for Arcade 12. So that's nice.
yeah, a full party.
Yeah.
Party.
All right. See you guys. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
I was like,